Hello everyone. I actually didn't want to talk about this, but with the gravity we are getting pulled towards this situation. So understand one thing, that when the disease had an outbreak in China, the local authorities and the regime that China has, which many scientists dub as authoritarian regime, they hide information. They didn't tell the right things, not only to their own people, but the media, World Health Organization, and their stakeholders abroad. And what happened, that when they didn't inform everyone with the absolute truth that was going on, uh, the disease just took a form of an epidemic. Then they ensured lockdowns, and we are hearing in news that that China has controlled its cases, and India has a very less number of cases, and there are so many countries which have very less number of cases, and that's why we don't need to bother much about it. And the next thing that we need to bother about is that the falling Sensex, the falling stock market. Uh, this is not right. First of all, what is happening inside China, nobody knows. Okay, no one knows. Uh, we don't have access. So whether the numbers are rising, whether the numbers are falling, no one knows. Let's talk about India. India, our country. Uh, uh, Understand one thing. I was just listening to Arvind Kejriwal's press conference, where he started by saying that extraordinary times require extraordinary measures. And that when I heard that, I was like, you don't get to hear these things from politicians. And because I have been following the research articles, and I have been following the experts, and it was not hard for me to understand and comprehend that who is the script writer of these things. Arvind Kejriwal was announcing financial packages. You see, our prime minister, the awareness that he has shown, and this is exemplary. I will say this is visionary leadership. But at the same time, we must understand who are the people behind these decisions. uh, uh, the government, the leadership is just the face, okay? And that's good. That's good. We need that face. We voted to that face, and they're doing a great job. They're doing an amazing job. But the real script writers of these times, the people who are deciding things, the people who are advising the governments for aggressive lockdowns, the people who are advising the governments for announcement of financial relief packages and everything, are the epidemiologists and immunologists and scientists in our country and around the world. For they are the only people who understand the gravity of the situation. And see, why we would go for such a massive shutdown when we have only like 400 odd cases in our country. The truth is that we have not tested enough. Testing of this coronavirus is is still not available at large scales. And since we are not testing, we don't know about the community spread. We don't know about the numbers. The numbers that we see about our country are not the real numbers, because uh, epidemiologists are saying that this virus will end up infecting everyone in the country, just like flu. And what happens is that we get something called as immunity. What is herd immunity? That when is that I told you in one of the videos that as our immune system gets a practice, gets a training of the intruder, of the virus, it learns about it, it gets its information, and it understands it, figures out the plan, that how it's gonna defeat it. So definitely we are going to get herd immunity. But still, what's the potential threat here is again and again the novelty of this virus, the mutations. uh, uh, what SARS-CoV-1 was and what the SARS-CoV-2 is. What's the difference, the mutation that has occurred, and what scientists are worried about is the next mutation that may occur. And because with these mutations, the virus becomes more and more powerful. So what is the right thing to do right now? We don't have tests and we don't have the true numbers. We are not getting proper information from China. China is still to China has still not like its lockdown is still in progress, and it still has to like ease the lockdown and let people go, and we need to see that what happens then. So what is the matter of concern right now? What worries me is not the Sensex falling. See, Sensex stock market is market of cash. Okay, like you pay to buy some cash. So it's just cash for cash thing. So it's all right. That is nothing problem about that. But the thing is that what we need right now is we need right now ICUs. We need right now ventilators. We need right now the personal protective equipments. We need beds, because this thing is going to outbreak in our country. The numbers are going to increase. The panic hence is going to increase, and the only way we can control this panic, we can control this fear, first of all, is to understand that this is the nature of the virus. It has to infect a lot of people. This is this is the inherent nature of the virus, so it will spread. And what we need to and definitely the mortality rate and everything, that is less, and definitely we don't need to worry about it. We'll also develop the immunity. Will keep this virus dumber. That's not the problem. The thing is that the elderly people, like doctors everywhere, they're saying again and again, we need to save our elderly. We need to uh, save the people with already underlying conditions. And when our number reaches its peak, uh, and we don't have enough medical supplies, we don't have enough medical equipments. See, then what will doctors do? What will government do now? So the responsibility right now is on. See, I think that the doctors, scientists, and government, they have done their job. They have done a great job, and we have done a great job. I think the responsibility now lies on the private sector. They need to step up. They need to step up now, and they need to start building, reinforcing the health system. This has to start right now. Uh, uh, let's not wait, because when the panic will spread, we things if things go out of control, then this can be a very difficult time then. So let's all stay aware, and let's all somehow try to figure out that how individually what we can do to reinforce and strengthen the health system. And I think uh, uh, privates should show up, definitely. They should start production. They should talk to governments and scientists, and they should invest their cash right now to get the health system strengthened. What else? Yeah, so research that is going on. Nothing new information about the virus yet. No proof of any drug uh, being used for this virus. No effective vaccination till now, but that will develop that. So that's not the thing to worry about. What's the thing to worry about is that how the immediate threat, the next threat that's coming in front of us, is a lot and lot, millions of people getting sick. And when you have millions of people getting sick, you can imagine hundreds of thousands of them are gonna need hospitals. We don't have that. Because that's COVID-19 is not the only disease. There are other things that doctors, hospital beds, systems are preoccupied already. Uh, so yeah, I think probably government will start a donation program where we start donating our cash to build a health system. But definitely we can do that. Every individual will be contributing into it. But I think we should be very sincere now. I think it's time to get sincere that numbers are going to increase, and We don't want the slope of it to be steep. We don't, and that's why this lockdown and all, because but since we have not tested, and we might have made a delay in lockdown. Some experts are saying that we have done a great job, but even a little delay, because the growth factor, this virus, uh, uh, every person is infecting 2 to 3 persons. That is the average growth factor of this virus around the world. So I guess a lot of us are already infected. It's not deadly, but that's, as I told you, that even the 5% number that are going to need hospitals, we don't have even that. And imagine when people will need hospitals and there will not be, this won't be a good situation. So let's stay prepared for that. Let's start visualizing. What's problem in visualization? As I told you that, let's visualize the chaos, and let's try to capture one instance of reality out of it. uh, it's hard. It's hard for people to put up their cash and not focus on stock market. But honestly, stock market doesn't matter right now. uh, we are not gonna breathe cash. Cash is not going to become a ventilator, or you cannot just put all the cash on the floor and sleep on that while you're sick. So government will print money. Try to understand that much money government will just print if it has to give packages. And see world leaders, Canadian Prime Minister Donald Trump, I've seen Italian Prime Minister Boris Johnson, Angela Merkel, everyone in Europe. In India, Arvind Kejriwal announced a package. Modi, I think, definitely Nirmala Sitaraman announced a bailout package. So government will print the money. So money is not the concern right now. The concern right now is that uh, we uh, we need ICUs, PPEs, beds, and ventilators. We need it now. We need it right now, because our number is going to reach millions. That's certain. That's certain. Let's not wait for it. Let's not wait for it. Uh, so yeah, that's it. I'll come up with any other info, any other insight if I get. So stay aware, stay informed, and keep having fun. Yeah.